one.
Well, as a nerd, like an official Dungeons and Dragons type nerd, I do love my rule books. And I like everyone to be playing out of the same rule book is kind of my philosophy on it. And as far as arrogant goes, I mean, me and Liz had this discussion literally an hour ago that all nerds kind of have to be arrogant.
Huh.
I mean, because if you know all the secrets to the universe and can't explain them to people because they can't understand them, of course you're going to be a bit of an asshole.
Sure.
So, you know, I'm just saying.
Nice.
Great.
And I'm in this lovely position myself where, so my youngest brother actually is a cop, which is interesting, mostly cathartic, because I don't know about you, but most people don't have a police officer they can call and vent anytime something stupid happens with the cops on the news. I just call them up and I'm like, what the is wrong with you people? Are you kidding me? Come on. What is this bullshit? Fuck you. And that's kind of how most of our phone calls go with my little brother.
Mm-hmm.
He generally laughs at me, thinks I'm a lunatic.
And he has to take the abuse because you're his older brother.
Yeah.
Oh, no, he doesn't have to take shit. He'd kick my ass.
Well, yeah. Probably.
Those days are long past. I've literally, not to disclose too much, I've watched him in a drunken rage put his face through a window and then smash the remaining glass out with his arm on Christmas Eve.
Good times.
You know,
Good
The kind of
times.
guy you want to give a badge and a gun to, right?
Oh, good lord.
I'm glad you said it, so I didn't have to.
We were all thinking.
Don't get me
it.
wrong, I love my brother. And what's really funny is, out of all the people I know, he's probably the most sympathetic to like my libertarian ideas. Like my parents definitely aren't. He actually kind of gets it.
I don't know. Maybe we'll wear him down.
He's just, you know,
Yeah. We can only
I
hope.
think mostly he's just too practical. So,
You know,
anyways, we've talked an awful lot about libertarianism so far.
that we have.
I want to talk about the stuff that I want to talk about now because that's what I want to talk about.
Well, all right then.
What kind of music do you listen to there, buddy?
Well, buddy, all kinds. I tend to have an interest in most genres of music. My favorite music is probably what I would call, I don't know, rap with heart.
Oh.
That you guys know who Loki is?
Yeah, he's the trickster god. He's the brother of Thor.
Somehow I'm thinking this is like a street name. Loki.
I know,
Yeah,
but
it is
I had to get the joke in, Liz.
It is definitely a street name. It is Loki, Low space Key.
I figured
Nice.
as much, but
So yes, it is a street name. However, he is part Iraqi.
Huh.
His family is from Baghdad, and he grew up in the UK. And he is one of the most amazing anti-war, anti-surveillance state rappers that there is. If you watch his, he's done a couple of them. He's done Oishkad Halwa Al Hurriya, which is a song a little bit about Baghdad. That Oishkad Halwa Al Hurriya in Arabic is "Oh, how beautiful is freedom." And that's, instead of spanking him, that's what his mother used to say to him when he would mess stuff up or whatever. Oh, how beautiful is freedom.
I don't want to be the one to also just really relish in the fact that it, based on your own description of where you come from, does it fascinate you at all that that's a statement that you were saying? Did you ever think that world was going to happen?
Oh no, I when I got started in civil liberties stuff, I was in the middle of a video called "Why Occupy Wall Street is Wrong."
Huh.
So I had a future for me. My hero was John McCain, and I was going to become Speaker of the House of Representatives, and probably retire on an island after taking a few bribes or something like that.
I mean,
So,
solid idea.
hey, good retirement plan.
Exactly.
If you can convince people to follow you, it's a decent retirement plan.
Don't feel like it's that difficult. You just promise them stuff, right?
Basically, yeah, promise them stuff you have no ability to deliver, and make them think you do. And then blame the other side when you can't deliver it. It's a really solid, it's like an easy 3-step.
It's been working for 200 years.
Oh, God, that's sad.
Longer than that.
250 at this point.
And that's if you only count the United States. So the for me, yes, yeah, there is a little bit of that's kind of funny, but also I have to credit my parents, even though we might not agree on a lot of things politically. Number one, I was homeschooled, so I wasn't brought into the social control arena in public school and taught, this is how you have to do it. Which was nice. I could think for myself. And, number two, that sense of integrity and morals. And so when I listen to music, I'm looking for that. Does the singer care? I'll enjoy some other stuff, but Loki is a good example. Lupe Fiasco is another fantastic rapper. He did a song called These Battle Scars, I want to say, which is all about the prison industrial complex and several things like that. And these are good rappers. They're just some guy in his basement.
I know Lupe well. He's very popular in the libertarian movement.
So them are all really cool, and then I don't mind some Pitbull every once in a while.
Well, who could say no to Pitbull, really?
Mr. Worldwide. Maybe said the roof on fire.
Yeah, right.
Certainly not any of the ladies. But
this is true.
You ain't lying there. So, how does music fit into your life currently? You're a little bit younger than us. I know the older you get, the harder it gets to squeeze it in, especially now that podcasts exist and I'm listening to 10 million of those a week that I literally have to force myself to find new music. It's literally why I founded a podcast on music, so that I can force myself to look up new music.
It's a great motivation.
Well, the only reason if I want new friends, I just start a new band. So I have an excuse to hang out with guys on the weekend.
It works for you so far.
So, to answer your question, I was listening to music before I called you. After my call to you failed, I was listening to music after that, and I will be listening to music immediately after we get off of this
nice
podcast.
Nice.
Spotify is the most amazing thing to happen to mankind since we landed on the moon. It is what I use. I use their Discover Weekly features. I use their new release features. I'm a sucker for new music. I don't like to listen to too many things too many times. But
this is a good time to point out that I put out a soundtrack on Spotify for every episode of the show.
There you go.
There you go.
Because you don't hear it now, but I mix in an audio track behind everything that plays through the whole episode. And I put all that onto a soundtrack and all the songs that we talk about generally. So
there you go.
It's a point of note.
I think music plays a role in keeping me motivated and excited. I may not want to get up in the morning and do anything, but throw on a little bit of Lupe Fiasco, and you all of a sudden feel like you're at a concert, and it's like, all right, this is worth it.
Okay. Nice transition there, by the way. So here's a question for you. What's the best concert you've ever been to?
Being as an Ocean.
Being as an Ocean? Is that the name of the band?
Yes.
That is.
Cool.
It was the concert itself was some British bands. I don't remember off the top of my head. But Being as an Ocean was one of the acts there. And they have... it's kind of a hard metal type of band, but with a lot of incredible vocals. They have a vocalist who just has a melodic voice. They use violin, which is always a good addition to a rock song. Their light show, if you look up a video of one of their concerts, their light show is absolutely amazing. And the singer will disappear off stage, but there's multiple singers, and then all of a sudden the lead singer is standing behind you, and the light comes on him. So it's they do amazing concerts, and they have really good music, and they're a really underrated band in my opinion.
Oh, nice.
That sounds pretty fun.
So, for somebody who has music constantly going, it sounds like. Do you have any soundtrack moments? I call it a soundtrack moment because it's something like there's a song that's inextricably linked to this moment in your life or a time period or something like that.
Mostly breakup songs.
This is a good one. What's your breakup songs? My favorite's "Keep It on the Hush" by Ludacris.
Is that really a breakup song?
Absolutely. You got to remember that there's pussy to slay out there.
Good Lord, man.
That's how you get over it.
So that I guess it depends on who you're breaking up with. I'm sure that song would work for a few.
There you go.
But, I think Lily Elise Already Taken is one of them that has played on repeat hundreds of times. And I think there's probably a couple other ones, but I can't remember off the top of my head, and I can't sing to save my life, so I will not sing it to you.
I suddenly feel like we need to link to his OK Cupid on the page.
Oh, no. We don't. That's too much information.
It really is. I like that. Yeah. Keep it on the down.
Yeah, right. That one's free. Enjoy.
So another rapper who's really good is NF.
How do I know that name? I've always liked hearing about good rap because I tend to like more of the socially conscious stuff, and let's just say that's not what the radio plays.
This is true.
Right. So NF has actually made it into some level of radio play, just not his conscious music. The non-really conscious music made it there. But he has an album called Therapy Session.
Interesting.
And he talks about parents coming up to him after shows and being like, why don't you, give us some happy raps? That would be awesome.
Oh.
And all your music is moody and dark, man. And he's like, this isn't for you, believe it or not. That this is for me. This is a therapy session for me. This is where I go and what I feel, and how I get therapy for me. And, it helps a lot of people, sure, but this is a therapy session. And I love music like that, where, the person puts their heart into the music, not because they want to perform it on stage, but because this is what they're actually thinking. I guarantee you that Nicki Minaj on a regular basis is not thinking her anaconda won't. But...
Wait, are you implying that she has an anaconda?
Well, that is the lyric that she sings in the song, is the point.
Interesting.
I make no claims whatsoever about Nicki Minaj's Anaconda or lack thereof. But the point being,
I'm gonna cite him on this. Like,
oh, good lord,
hot takes.
This is why I should never go on celebrity shows. But whether it's Hopsin or who questions religion in one of his, like, Illmind 6, I think he really he talks about his struggle with if there is a God and present yourself to me right now and I'll drop everything and I'll become a nun, but I don't see it. Like he struggles with that throughout the song. Or whether it's NF's mansion, where he talks about, he was abused as a child, and this is the mansion that he lives in his mind to get away from everything. Or whether it's Loki talking about, how beautiful is freedom. To me, it is the music where the writer isn't just being paid by a record label to spit out a song that they'll play at TGIF. But it is, they really put their heart in it and share a real struggle. And to me, that is what music is for, is getting, enjoying the good times, but getting you through the hard times. And those records, mean a lot to me in that respect.